Hi, I'm Mary Kay Barker from Wampum, Pennsylvania, and I just wanted to do a quick touch base after the conference to let you know my biggest takeaway. And the biggest takeaway I had is something that I went there thinking that I already knew, and that was just what an amazing company we work for. I always loved the product. I enjoyed doing the work. I thought it was a great company. I was excited to share it with my family, my friends, coworkers, neighbors, anybody, strangers on the street that I could put nails on them and make them smile. But after being at a conference and listening to the testimonials of these women, hearing how it has changed their lives, their families' lives, it really just hit home that I am in the right place at the right time. And I know a lot of people feel that they weren't signed up from day one and it's too late now. I wasn't there at launch. Well, I wasn't there at launch either. But I know that I am successful at this business and I will continue to be successful in this business and I will grow. I have big goals for this coming year after being at conference. It just lights you up, sets you on fire, and makes you want to tell the whole world about Color Street and just what it can do for them. So we already know when next year's conference is. This is my first one this year. I plan on going next year. Put it on your calendar, work for it, make it happen. You want to be there. You just leave there feeling so energized, recharged, and refreshed, and you just want to hit the ground running. So try to make it a plan to be there. I know there were some of you ladies that were supposed to be there this year and for one reason or another were not able to make it. We missed you. We talked about you while we were there. We felt bad that you were unable to make it, but you know your uplines and your downlines, whoever may have been there, are going to share everything that they've learned with you. And together we are going to rise up and we are going to do great things. So thank you. Go get them, ladies. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Friend everybody from your nail bars so that they see you as a person and then they see you as a Color Street stylist. You don't want to post too much on your main Facebook page, but you do want to do about an 80-20. So 80% you, 20% Color Street. So now all those people in those parties get to learn you, get to know who you are as a person, and also see Color Street so that you're showing the opportunity to them.
Hi ladies! One takeaway I have is working your business on Facebook. We all know that when we use Facebook, we need to boost our Facebook algorithm. And one way to do this is, there's a tip I learned. Prior to posting anything on either your personal wall or your business wall, find 10 ladies who you think would make a great hostess and or stylist and like and comment on one of her posts. That'll bring you up on her feed. So then once you do that and you post on your wall, then she will see that. So that's just planting those little seeds. And that is called working with intention. I also heard a quote and it goes, Facebook is my workplace, not my playtime. So just a little tidbit information on that. I know we're all on Facebook all the time. You need to start thinking of Facebook as your workplace and not playtime, and really working with attention.
The Post-it method. Take a Post-it and write the amount of days in each month on that Post-it, and that is the number of people that you reach out to that month. Once you reach out to them, cross them off. So there's 31 days in August, so guess what? Get busy and start asking.
Hello ladies, I was asked to share one thing that I really took away from conference, and that would be passionately explaining your why to the world. I know that I have typed out my why a couple times, but it's really important to go into detail and show your emotion. Don't be scared of what people are going to think, because they're probably somebody out there that needs to hear your story because they're living a similar story. So that is the one thing that I am going to work on that I really took away. Plus, look at all this swag I took away. It was amazing. See you in Vegas next year. Hey there, my name is Christine Sheehan. I am team leader on Glitter and Glory, and I just got back from conference last night at 11 o'clock and exhausted just from a weekend of amazingness. Still taking it all in, but there was one thing that really spoke to me, and it was from somebody who was up on stage yesterday. I believe that she was a national executive, but if she was at the executive level. I can't remember what her exact rank was, but she was up on stage and she said, it's okay to grow slow. Now, I know this, I'm sure that you know this, but for some reason, when she said it to me yesterday, it just like, because it was just good to hear someone else who has moved up the ranks at a slower pace, say like, it's okay. It's okay to grow slow. It's okay to find quality stylists that want to join your team, quality over quantity. You want to find the stylist that is going to want to do this, that is going to want to help grow her team and therefore grow your team. So it's okay to grow slow. It's okay to look for quality people to join your team. And it just kind of built off of what I learned in one of the breakout sessions as well, that, you want to interview somebody to be a part of your team like you would interview them if you were hiring them at a brick and mortar business. If you were managing your own store, and it was a brick and mortar location, you want to hire people that you can count on, that you can rely on, that you can trust, that you can work with, that you, enjoy spending your time with at times. So, just really interview people before just signing them up. It's okay to grow slow. It's okay to move at your own pace. If you are consistent and if you just keep doing what you know that you need to do, then you will grow and your business will grow and you'll get where you want to go. So that's what I took most away from conference. And I can't wait to see what everybody else has to say too. Bye.
Sponsoring is on my mind. Team growth is my #1 goal right now. So I wanted to share something that I've been using when I'm touching base with people from getting back from conference. There was a statistic that was shared that was like mind-blowing to me, and I want to make sure you hear it and that you can use it to have some sponsoring conversations as well. So they shared that our company has done $115 million in sales so far this year, which that part alone is like mind-boggling. But then they shared a projected income or revenue coming in for $250 million by the end of this year. So if you do a little quick math, you can figure out that from here until the end of the year, we will sell more than what we've sold all of the other months up until now. So that is huge. When you are talking to people, you want to make sure that you're sharing that stat. This is the time to join. The time is now. This last chunk of the year is when sales are going to just skyrocket. So there's no reason that they shouldn't jump on board with the new Halloween launch that's already up and going, which was our biggest launch day in history last year. So they started the Halloween launch a little bit earlier, so we have more time to capitalize on those sales. So that's one thing you can also share. And then letting people know that if they join now and kind of get their feet wet with the Halloween launch and the current sales, they can then hit it hard when we get our new fall line, probably in mid-September. We don't have a set date. So those are a couple of the main points that I've been sharing as I'm thinking about sponsoring in context to some of the things that I learned at conference. So good luck, grow your teams.
One of the things I learned from conference was that the amount of parties you have is directly related to the amount of stylists you will enroll. So the more parties you have, the more stylists will join your team.
the incredible Julie Hayes, who is way in our tippy top upline, shared two great analogies that talked about offering the stylist opportunity. And I know I'd heard one before here in our team page long ago, but I want to just share those two things with you as well, just to help with your mindset when thinking about offering the stylist opportunity to people. So the first one is the dessert analogy. And with that, she was saying, imagine you're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner, you're super full, you've eaten a bunch of food, and your mom walks up and offers you a piece of her favorite pecan pie. You absolutely love it, you've always enjoyed it, and today you just say no thank you. It's not that you don't love your mom, it's not that you don't love your mom's pie, it's just that the timing is not right. So if you carry that over and think about our business, there may be a time that somebody says no. Don't take it personal, it's nothing against you, and it may just be that they love the opportunity, but the time is not right for them right now. So that was one. The second one I had not heard before, another food analogy, talking about cookies. So this one is helping you remember that you don't want to judge who you're offering the opportunity to. So she gave the example, imagine you had 5 of your friends sitting in a line next to you, and you had a tray of cookies. You would not walk down and offer it to number 1, number 2, and then just skip around number 3 for whatever reason, being like, oh, she's probably gluten-free, she's not going to like this cookie, I'm just not even going to ask her, and go to 4 or 5, or say, you know, she's too full, I know she already had a dessert, she's not going to want this. So the important thing with that is just to remember to offer this opportunity to anyone and everyone, because you never know who may be ready to jump on board.
Hey, Amy Hughes here, team leader with Color Street. I wanted to share a little bit of something I brought back from conference in Orlando this weekend that really stuck out to me. And it talks about finding and telling a story and incorporating stories into your business. We listened to a speaker who was totally amazing named Kendra Hall, and she talked about that people remember stories, and it's so true. I often say that I can sometimes forget somebody's name, but I can remember their story. And so if you can find a way to incorporate stories into your business, it will increase it so much because of the way it affects that person. People remember stories. There's a chemical change in our brain when we hear a story, and it releases cortisol and oxytocin, which increases your focus and attention and emotion and empathy. So that's why we remember it more. And this will obviously increase the value of our product if they have those feelings. So remember that she said that if history were told in the form of stories, it would never be forgotten. And I totally agree. If I have a story that's attached to something in history, I remember it. And so this will just automatically increase the value not only of the product, but of you as well and how they relate to you. So a story has here was my original normal, here's the explosion, here's the event, and here's my new normal. So think about how you can incorporate stories, not just your why, but real stories, great stories into your Color Street business, and I think it will increase your success.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to tell you my little takeaway from conference. Actually, one of my takeaways is just remember what everybody says about hearing no's from people. No doesn't mean no. No might mean not now. No might mean in a month. No might mean in a week. And don't get down when you hear no. Keep trying, keep pushing yourself, and go out of your comfort zone and get comfortable that way. And just keep pushing. Don't take no for an answer. Bye-bye.
Hey ladies, I'm just going to share a couple quotes that I thought were really good that I learned. So the first one is, people don't fail, they just give up too soon. I thought that one was really good. And the other one that I really liked is, what challenges you changes you.
Another takeaway that I had in one of the groups that talked about advanced social selling is things about your personal page on Facebook. I'm just not really big on Facebook. I like to share my pictures and like my personal stuff on Instagram. And because for me, it's like it's my safe place. But I know that I have to have Facebook for business because business has gone so much to Facebook, and people are on there all the time. And people are on there all the time, Instagram, but in different ways. But one thing that I learned, I'm looking at my notes, is the importance of like getting your personal page in order so that your VIP page and your other pages really shine. So some of the things that they talked about was just making sure that you is like have thought out the tile, so the pictures that are shown on your page when people look at it. Your profile picture is you, which mine is, and I think most of us know to do that. I think that's a pretty basic skill, but just simple. I mean, maybe you don't, and sharing your content and not other people's content. I know a lot of people tag me on my timeline on things, and sometimes I share articles that I like, and I think sharing articles every now and then is fine, but if you go look at some folks who are like truly successful in some other direct sales, I have a few here that I'm friends with where I live, and I mean, after I thought about this, I was like, oh my gosh, it makes sense. They don't have their content on their page is all them, and nothing that somebody has posted to their timeline as far as like about a story or whatever. They don't add it, they just leave it. I'm sure people send stuff to them and they're just not putting it on there, and it's so easy just to hit share and comment and timeline, and that was really interesting. And then the one other thing that I thought was important from the Facebook takeaway was when you are commenting, to like help your stats on other people's, like, so you go through your friends list and you just kind of see what's up with everyone, is not just putting a heart, not just putting a GIF, but actually like typing words. Facebook loves that so much more than if you just reply with hearts or reply with a smiley face or with a GIF. So I didn't know that, and I thought that was really simple and something that you can implement like immediately. So that's my little 2 cents on social media.
Hey ladies, it's Carrie. There were a lot of key takeaways from conference, but one that is really short and sweet and was actually just a quote, but stuck with me, is there is nothing in this business that a full calendar won't fix. And I thought that was super important because booking parties is the secret sauce to your business. When you have more parties, you're getting yourself in front of new customers who are then potential hostesses and eventually new stylists for your team. Of course, it also brings your personal volume up, which is a goal for a lot of us. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck and you're not sure what to focus on, parties is where it's at. Okay, bye.
Hey, Amy Hughes again. I wanted to share another thing I got from conference, and this is about bookings. That might seem simple. Of course we need bookings, but many of us who have been around for a little bit, our VIP has grown and people order, or we do bulk orders, so we're meeting that BQ or even Comma Club just by returning customers. And so we think, I don't really need bookings. Yes, you do. I promise. Bookings are for so much more of a purpose than just getting sales. So I'm going to look at my notes, but let me tell you a few reasons. So it's important to book so you can grow your customer base. You want to continually grow and get new people in there because those new people are going to bring more new people. You want to expand your network. You want to branch out, and so people know you and they associate you with the product in a positive way. You want to recruit and grow. Let me tell you, ladies, the more you recruit, the more people that you add to this amazing sisterhood and team, the more financial gain you have. But not just that, the more people you get to impact. And so here's what a few things we don't want to do. Oftentimes somebody will be like, yeah, I'll book. And I'll say, you'll say, okay, look at your calendar and let me know. Don't do that. It gets overwhelming. They pull up their calendar. They see 5 million things they've got going on. Say, great. How about one of these 3 dates? Which one works for you? Just give them a chunk. Give them options. And then give them a little bit of a sense of urgency. Okay, I've got 8 spots this month. 6 are full. I've got 2 more spots. I know you were wanting to book, so let's get that on the calendar. Posts in your VIP group are great, but they don't really work. You'll rarely have somebody book just because of a post. You need to send private messages. Also, it's much more personable. You want to create that relationships. Relationships are key. Just get used to failure. It's going to happen. So they gave this really good story. They talked about, like, after dinner, if you're at a restaurant, people come around and are like, would you like dessert? And usually it's a, no thank you, or sure, let me see the menu. Do you think that person walks away like, oh, they said no to dessert? No, they don't care. They move on to the next person. Somebody else will say yes. So about 1 in 5 people that you ask will agree to host, and about 1/4 of those people that host for you, their rewards will qualify. So you want to get bookings in there. The party's purpose, yes, we need to make money, but it's not just your financial gain. The party's purpose is earning the most rewards for your valued customers, treating them like they're your top priority, and creating a relationship with them. This will lead to more income and an expanded network. Let me tell you just a few reasons why hostesses book. Because they connect with you. There's something about you they connect with. They've seen success in your parties, or been to a party, or just seen success on your VIP group. And your personality is fun. They attract to it. They like it. That's why people book. So here's a few do's and don'ts, and go out there and get that calendar full.
Hey, it's Blair, and so conference was awesome, and I have so many notes and things like that, but 2 really simple things that that really spoke to me, and they're the simplest things once you think about them, but they're things a lot of times, like, I feel like I overlook. So in one of the sessions that I attended, they talked about your time. They talk about time management, and I am a very type A person, but in that group, one of the girls shared how she was super type A and has like all these alerts on her phone for literally everything for her child, like to put their shoes on to walk out the door. So one of the things she shared with us was like a physical like blocking schedule that she uses, just like I would have used in my corporate days, but like literally for everything, like from her morning with her family to her business time to her family time again into business time. And at first it seemed really overwhelming, like listening to her talk about it, like she has to schedule her life like this every week. But then I kind of started like getting past that and kind of thinking about how I would use that. And so one thing that I took away from that was just like time management, in that we live in such a multitasking world to not multitask. Like, not even as much as you want to go like write that bill or do that laundry or pick up that toy, to literally set time in your day to focus on that, and then focus on work at a certain time. I'm a freelancer now, in addition to Color Street stylist. So for me, I am always having to shift my mind to different tasks. And my takeaway on this, on that for me, was I need to be more purposeful in my blocks and in my time management, and not stop and do those other things. Like, I need to do Color Street when I do Color Street. I need to be home when I'm home, and just be more mindful of that. So I think that's something that can not only help your Color Street business, can help your sanity, and just help you just feel more confident in what you can do. Because I know when we all multitask way too much, and we don't focus and we don't block in that, it burns us out so quickly. So that is something I think we all can benefit from. And if you want to do the calendar method, by all means, like, sit down if that helps you. Write your list. I'm still trying to write my list, but I'm going to challenge myself more to like leave my phone somewhere for a period of time and not be tempted to read messages. I'm going to do those sorts of things just to be more purposeful in my blocks of my time. So that's one takeaway that I just think that anybody can use.
Hey, I wanted to share a tip from conference that I thought was fabulous from Jackie Shea, who is super duper at sponsoring. And something she did is she created a whiteboard. So it's just a typical whiteboard. She drew lines on it. So it had 4 different tall, skinny sections. And then she labeled those. So it was like samples, then customers, then hostess, then stylist. And she had sticky notes that she would place in each column with somebody's name. So for example, you hand out a sample, you write the person's name on there, Mary, whatever, and then she put a date below for follow-up. So she handed out the sample on whatever day, she's gonna follow up a week later, she would put that on the sticky note. Ideally, once she follows up, she wants to move them to the next lane. So once she checks in with Mary and Mary loves her thing, then Mary is going to become a customer. So she took the sticky note and slid it over to the customer section. So then Mary makes a purchase from her, either her stash or online, and then she puts a follow-up date there for her to follow up about the order. Then from there, she's working to try to get Mary to become a hostess so she can move her to the next column and so on, obviously with an end goal potentially being a new stylist for your team. So I am a major visual learner, so I apologize that I cannot whip up a quick sample for you to see today, but hopefully you're able to understand what that would look like and that may be a great visual for you to be able to track those 4 categories. So again, samples, customers, hostesses, stylist, and she just talked about your goal is to just move them 1 lane over each time. So you're not trying to turn a sample into a stylist necessarily, although that could happen and that would be great, but just moving them through those steps could really help your business and you can keep track of the follow-up in that easy way. Okay.
Well, Amy Hughes. Let's talk about relationships. That's something that has always been important to me, and they reiterated at the conference in Orlando. So you got to build relationships with your customers. They aren't just a number. So a few things that are super important is you have to start interacting. So if you're friends with them on social media outside of your VIP group, which I always encourage my customers to friend me if they would like, but I'll put that ball in their court. Then I try to do little things. I comment on their post. Oh, your little girl's dress is so cute. Oh, I hope your little boy has a great first day at school. A happy birthday when it's their birthday. Things like that. Comment on their post and their personal pages on Facebook. So you build that relationship with them. Know your customers, know things about them, and let them know you. Let them see the chaos and alive. That's only going to make them think, you know what, if she can do that, I can do that. Her life looks a little chaotic and mine's pretty chaotic, so I can do this too. Identify some of your top 5 values and things you like to share about, even in your personal page. Kind of rotate through those. Color Street should just be 1, so you're sprinkling it in there. But think about those top things so you let them get to know you if they're friends with you, even in your VIP group, but especially on your personal page because it'll attract people to your VIP group. Make sure that you are sharing your story and your blessings here and there. One of the big things that stood out to me is somebody said, how would it feel if your friend said to you, why did you not think enough of me to share about this opportunity with me or ask me to host a party? Oftentimes we think we're bothering somebody, but really we're just sharing a blessing and offering an opportunity to them. So I hope that you can continue to build relationships with your customers so that they feel important.
Good morning, everybody. You'll have to excuse my morning look. I'm still in the middle of conference hangover, but Kimberly wanted us to share a couple of things that we learned from conference, so I want to jump on here and do that. I actually have 2 takeaways that I had from conference. I mean, there was so much, but 2 that really have spoken to me. So the first thing I want to say is if you didn't get to go to conference this year, you need to make that commitment and that promise to yourself that you're going to be there next year, because conference is unbelievable. I mean, it is so inspiring to hear the journeys that some of our fellow stylists have been on. It's just incredible and so inspiring. So definitely make that effort to be at conference next year. So the 2 things that I took away is, number 1, I've been struggling with my business. I've been I've let life get in the way, and I've just had a rough go at it the last couple of months. And one of the things that I heard, and this is kind of hard to hear, y'all, but if you think about it, it totally made sense to me. When you're struggling in your business, maybe you need to take a look in the mirror. And for me, that spoke volumes, because that's exactly what I needed to do. I need to take a look in the mirror, because it's me. It's not my customers. It's not my team. It is me. I'm the reason that my business is in the rut that it's in right now, and I am going to do everything I can to work hard and pull myself out of that. The other takeaway that I had that really spoke to me was, I just lost it. VIP groups. So I went to one of the breakaways on the VIP groups, and they talked in there about how your VIP group is a living, breathing entity. So I used to have a VIP group that was happening. I mean, I was getting sales, my customers were interacting, everything I posted, they were liking, they were commenting on it. It was really, really a good VIP. And when I let life get in the way, I let my VIP group die, basically. And that's what they talked about, is you have to nurture your VIP group. You have to be in there daily. You have to be sharing yourself. And I know for me, when I let life get in the way, I was kind of down. I was kind of just not really wanting to be present. But, and okay, so this is really going to sound funny, but I didn't want to go in my VIP group and go live, which I used to always do, because honestly, I'd come home from work, I was tired, and I didn't feel like putting a bra on to go live in my group. But one thing that they talked about in there is just be you. I mean, it's okay to go on your VIP group and go live with no bra on. It's okay to go live in your VIP group and cry because life just sucks today. And that's okay. That's you letting your customers and your VIP group know that you're a true, real human being. And
hi ladies, one of the tips from conference I wanted to share with you is that in your VIP group, if you have members that aren't contributing and liking or commenting on your posts or posting selfies, anything of that nature, if they're not contributing, they're actually hurting you. The best option is to delete them, but you definitely want to reach out to them first before you just up and delete them, and say something like, hey, thanks for being a part of my Color Street VIP group. I was just wondering if you would like me to send you out a sample or an updated catalog. So let me know. I appreciate it. Something like that. If you don't get a response or you get a no, that person should be deleted. It only helps your VIP group success.
So one of my takeaways from conference this past weekend is that we shouldn't compare ourselves as far as where we are in our journey to other stylists. If we have been setting goals and meeting those goals, then we've been successful. And it doesn't matter if you signed up the same time as another stylist and maybe their rank is much higher than yours or even just a step above yours, that's okay. If you are meeting the goals that you're setting for yourself along this journey, then you are successful. We all have stories. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but we all have stories, and they are all worth telling. So we just need to be confident and share our goals, our victories, and our stories.
Hey y'all, my name's Tammy and I am a senior stylist, but one of the things that I took away from conference was that VIP groups take care. They're like babies and you have to care for them constantly. They need to be tended to every single day. And if you don't post in there, it's like putting a sign on your business that says, we're closed and we don't want your business. Your customers will find a way to get their color straight, and they'll find a group that's active and fun if you don't do that with yours. So your group doesn't have to have a specific personality. It has to have your personality. You're selling you. Make them like you. Tell them about your life. Ask them about their day. Run fun games. But most importantly, make sure that you are posting in your VIP group a minimum of 2 times a day, preferably 3. And out of those posts, at least 2 of them should be more personal sided. One of them can be Color Street. It doesn't have to be by Color Street. It can be, look at these really super cool nail fees a friend of mine put up. Or, oh my gosh, did you see how cool those Halloween nails are? It doesn't have to be buy this, buy this, buy this. But throw in some fun. And the more interaction you get, the more people will see your posts. So run something that they can win a set or win some twosies or win a special gift from you, because that'll get all of your members looking at your page because they want to win free things. And then you plan those free things very strategically. The day before we're launching a line, the day before you're planning to run a special sale, because then they're going to Facebook algorithms are going to say, hey, all of these people commented on a post in this group yesterday, so we're going to make sure they see it today. So take care of your VIP groups, tend to them daily, and make sure that you're in them and being active, and go live. Thanks all, and I hope that you are enjoying your Color Street journey.